We find ourselves once again gazing down onto the airship piloted by Captain Grafford. It's dark. Underneath the starry night sky, a clear night. The stars set to their places on the stage above. The wind slowly passes against their faces. Grafford, Pensilius. Pensilius making his way along the outer edge of the starboard, running his hand against the rail. You stand at the helm, piloting the ship against your exhaustion, against the long day that had just preceded you. The ocean, seemingly endless beneath you, several hundred feet, glistening like a darkened sea of this sloshing, dark liquid. A dull light illuminates the deck. From the waxing moons above. Grafford, your stamina can only endure for so long, and you can feel that it is coming to an end, both physically and mentally and emotionally. You are drained. What do you do?
Ponsilius. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to keep this up.
You speak out and get no response.
I can leave this thing on autopilot. It'll keep going in the same direction we're headed. And we could go get some rest.
Run down and fetch the woman. She will pilot.
And with a sort of dismissive hand wave in your direction without looking at you.
I'll go ahead and make my way over there.
Make your way below deck. Now then. Each of you begin to make your way. Well, rather, let's step back a bit. Baton and Raldir, after having a sort of small confrontation between Raldir and Pensilius, you made your way below deck to make your way to your rooms. What did you do from that point forward?
I'm probably just gonna try knocking out, because I am not in the best of shape.
Well, you head over towards your door and you begin to open it forward, and you see an empty closet. It does not lead to a room. Now, I believe Patan was helping you walk.
Yes.
So both of you see this.
Well, you do remember that that's my room. I'm not insane.
Yeah, that's very weird. If you'd like, you could use my room.
I suppose. Just hope that it's not like this one.
Yeah.
And you stumble across the way, directly opposite of that door, and open it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you try and jimmy the handle, Raldir, but it's locked. And Ton, you twist and open it. Same as they've always worked, only the owner can freely open it.
Yeah.
And the room is still there.
I'm going to look on in amazement and look back to my door, then back.
I guess they forgot one.
I suppose. But I appreciate the gesture. I say, kind of making a slight kind of bow in appreciation.
It's nothing. It's the least I can do right now.
And I am going to go straight to the bed, because, like I said, I am...
As soon as you try and cross into the threshold, you walk inwards, but as soon as you do so, the room around you disappears.
Oh.
Baton, you see it almost as if he walked through a waterfall. This outline of him passed through something, and then he did not enter into your space.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Baton would like to walk through now.
You're in your room.
Can I cross back the way I came?
You
Or
turn
the
around and
direction
you
I
see
came?
an entrance into the open hallway.
I guess I'll go back out in the hallway.
Yep. And just as you did before, you were there. And I would say you guys have about another hour and a half before Grafford would come below deck.
I'm going to kind of have a little bit of an angry look, and I'm just going to say, if anyone's playing a joke here, it's not a funny one. Kind of with that tired sigh.
Do I know any way to let him give him access to the room?
No, this isn't something that's happened before at all. You remember back in the Beholded Reserve that the both of you were shoved into a single room by Yizit, but nothing like that had happened before after each of you had claimed one. This is different. This is strange.
I'd like to stumble my way around and try opening the other doors, even though I know probably won't work.
Well, they're locked. You can't even open them.
Yeah, I thought so.
So you walk over towards Grafford's and it's locked, and then you turn back and look at Yizit's.
I won't try opening that one. Just out of respect for the dead, per se.
Baton is probably going to gather a few pillows and blankets that she can find around and bring them out for him.
And you do so.
It's not much, but you can use these. I'm going to hand them to Raldir.
Well, again, I appreciate the gesture, and also, how cluttered was the closet?
It was a rather small room. Like a closet.
Well,
It was an empty closet, but it's about the size of a closet.
I mean, can you specify a little? Because I've seen like walk-in closets before.
I would have specified a walk-in closet. It's a closet.
Okay, so it's like...
It's a small room.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing, that's for sure. I am just going to situate myself in a corner, put a pillow down, and I am going to try to rest as good as I can on the floor with the pillows and blankets that I have. Just plop my sad self down.
Piton is going to head to her room after sort of giving him a smile, or at least trying to.
Yeah, and I'll kind of shoot a tired thumbs up and another quiet thank you.
Get some rest, you'll need it.
You're telling me.
And about an hour and a half or so passes. And Grafford, you begin to make your way below deck. You see Raldir just pressed up against one of the walls. Probably
Honestly,
asleep at this point.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with him.
I mean, it makes sense to you. Make a
It
history
makes
check.
sense to me. Right. All right. It's a little strange. $22, non-natural.
It makes sense to you. Whenever somebody who has been attached to one of their extra dimensional planes of existence, well, the acronym is EDP. Yeah,
Dimensional
EDPPE.
portals.
No, extra dimensional personal plane of existence.
Oh.
Which is where these rooms come from. So when that connection is stricken because it's not governed by your own magic or your own abilities, they're being sustained by something or somebody else. When that connection is removed, either by the death of somebody who was connected or by the intentional removal. And from about how much time has passed, it makes sense on why Raldir's room is not there. He was supposed to be dead by now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I'll leave him there and go towards Piton's room.
And you would also know that the room that is connected to the door, behind the door, is just what was already there in the airship, just another closet that was supposed to have stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
And as you walk past Yizit's door on the left to get to Baton's, you would also know that, well, that door wouldn't work anymore, and that it would open into another small cargo hold room. I mean, you built the ship, you know what these doors used to be for.
Yeah.
And as you pass by, just a memory of Yizit flashes past. And then you pass by it and get to Baton's door.
And I'll knock.
Here's an interesting question. Is Baton asleep?
Probably not. So she's going to answer it immediately.
Hopefully, you got some rest.
Yeah, I did.
That's very good.
Yeah.
You're going to be manning the helm for a little bit.
Uh, okay. I'll do my best.
You don't need to mess with any of the controls. You just need to stay there and stay vigilant.
Okay.
After that, I'm gonna walk to my door, kind of try and open it, and just collapse.
You open the door to your office, and as you close the door behind you, you turn back to face the room, and you see the hammock that kind of just is it called a hammock? The thing that just hangs there.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. You see the hammock behind your office space, and on your office space, you see nothing out of the ordinary for a moment. And almost as if apparating into the existence of this space above your desk, as soon as you cross the threshold and close the door, this small box lands on your desk.
Then that's the last thing I'm gonna see before I straight up fall. I'm just gonna straight collapse and curl up into fetal position. This has taken too much of a toll on Grafford, and he's just... not in a good headspace right now.
And you do so. Catchphrase of the year.
Yes.
It's on. You begin to make your way up these stairs, heading onto the deck, and you pass by Yizit's room, and then just slightly off to the left of Yizit's room, along that side of the wall, you see Raldir as well.
Is the door still open?
So what?
Is there a door to the closet?
It's closed.
Oh, okay. I thought it wasn't closed. Well, Paton's gonna keep on heading up to the helm then.
And nevertheless, you make your way up to the deck, and as you cross through the threshold of the door frame that leads to the stairwell beneath the helm of the ship, you put an arm up on the doorway, still within an inch of your life, but enough so to be able to be up and moving around. You see Pensilius just staring out over the starboard side across the seemingly endless ocean.
Pretty, isn't it?
You get no response.
Paton is going to simply sigh and head up. Take her position like she was told. quiet, isn't it? Jeez. Um, how's the weather looking like?
It's clear. It's a clear night. There are no clouds. It would actually be quite beautiful if the situation were not as it was.
Hmm. So is there like any other? Is there any birds around, or is there like?
You're over the open ocean, so no.
Hmm. Well, Paton, while she stands up over, yeah, she's just gonna think back at all the precious memories she's had throughout her life, and like all those she had while in Iron Grove.
And as you do that, you see Pensilius kind of begin to draw something along the edge of the rails of the ship, almost like writing. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Before.
That's a failure. And as you begin to think back on everything that happened during your stay at Iron Grove, you remember things quite accurately. Everything passed forward until the very end. You remember being in stockades. You, along with everybody else, except for Grafford. You, Yizit, and Raldir were in stockades after being sent to prison and held there. And then Grafford executed Yizit. And this makes sense to you. You remember it clean as day. And just when it was going to be your turn to be executed by Grafford under the command of the Unfaltering Flame, Pensilius brought the airship and rescued the both of you. And captured Grafford, who you would now know is being held as a prisoner in his office. And that's the way you remember things.
Well, at remembering this, she's gonna look over at Poncilius with a smallish smile and say, I never got to thank you for saving us. Thank you very much.
And you don't remember him drawing anything on the rail either. Just point of clarity.
Okay.
Yes, well, it was the least I could do after your friend sort of betrayed you like that.
Yeah, I never thought he would. It's surprising to think about now. He seemed like a nice fellow, but looking at it now, not so much.
It is a shame when The people that you thought you could trust betray you.
Indeed.
But I'm so very tired. I believe I will make my rest now.
Okay.
And he walks beneath the deck. Raldir, make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage. Because you're asleep.
Yeah. That is a 4.
You remember it the exact same way that she does.
Mm. Okay.
And none of you see where Pensilius goes. Because you're asleep and he's below deck. Patan, you are on deck at the helm of the ship all by yourself.
It's a quiet night. How peaceful. Reminds me of home.
Would anybody like to do anything tonight?
I'd like to try to get as much sleep in as I can.
Yeah, you're gonna take a long rest.
Yeah.
After a little while of dealing with his emotions, Grafford will get up and look at the box.
So you pull yourself off the ground and you open up the box, and as you do so, it contains two things. One, a small note, and two, this odd sort of contraption. It's almost spherical, but it's the size of about a rubber ball. And it's made of this smooth metal with several divots and protrusions and small bumps along the sides, with this almost like brass color to it. And then the other thing was a note.
Can I read the note?
You open the note, and as you do so, it unfolds itself, and the page is completely blank, but a projection coming up off of the page of Soro called Dawn. One of these pre-programmed messages mixed with an illusion begins to speak to you. And it congratulates you for a job well done and instructs you to immediately return to the Beholded Reserve for your next assignment. And from your best knowledge, you take in everything around you, and you realize that this was timed to happen after a specific amount of time had passed.
I'm gonna crumple up the paper and throw it against the wall.
As you do so, about mid-flight, before it hits the wall, it just disappears.
I'm gonna scowl. And I'll look back at this bronzish colored ball or mechanism, and I'm gonna throw that too. I'm gonna throw it straight on the ground and kick it.
So you're gonna throw it straight down.
Mm-hmm.
Make a dexterity save.
All right. Natural 20.
It explodes outwards into this mechanical cage, and it tries to leap around you, but you just move out of the way with your reflexes, and you see just this adaptable metal that you now realize, if thrown at a creature, will attempt to capture it in this sort of clearish cage of metallic bars. And are you familiar with the sort of lock with how, like in Doctor Strange, when the bodysuit throws itself on the guy, how it kind of pins
No.
him? Well, everybody else probably knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But it's like a living
it's like a living
cage.
like skeleton with a circle around it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a weird Iron Man suit hybrid.
Almost, except it's just like neck down, and it immobilizes
Got
them.
it. And in seeing this, I'm gonna kinda... my eyes are gonna brighten up a bit as an idea pops in my head. And I'm going to magical item analysis it.
And you do so.
Analyze it.
I don't remember what the exact name is, because it is a magical item. But you would know that exactly what I told you, and that it has a command word. And I don't know. I think the analysis does also give you that. It's just hold. And then the command word to make it shrink back down is release.
I'll go ahead and say release, and I'll pocket this.
Yeah, it immediately just reverses all of its movements and back into the tiny little sphere. That's just barely larger than a marble.
Yeah, with my new idea, I'm gonna feel a lot more confident. Yes, this could definitely work. And I'm gonna get in the hammock and try and rest as best as possible.
And you take a long rest. And then, about midway through your rest, you hear what sounds like scratching or tugging or pulling on the door. It's frantic.
I'll approach it slowly, then open it very slightly.
Make a sleight of hand check.
15.
Three. You successfully manage to just open it ever so slowly, ever so slightly, and you can see Pensilius just trying to open the door in any way that he can. Just frantically trying to open the door.
Now, I would know that if I try and bring him in here, he'd just be in the closet.
Yes. Because he is not part of the Beholder Reserve.
Okay.
I've just realized that these rooms are a little more OP than I intended, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's good for privacy.
In seeing that it is Ponsilius, I'm gonna just close it again.
As you're beginning to close it, you can see that he's readying to cast Disintegrate on this magical door, which you would know would trap you inside this dimension.
I'm throwing the ball.
So you swing the door open and try and catch him by surprise.
Mm-hmm.
He has the alert feat and cannot be surprised. So just make a ranged attack check because it needs to do that. Followed by a dex save, I'm pretty sure. No, it's just a dex save. Might be. Let me do that. That is a 12, which is a failure. So you throw it and it hits his chest and then immediately explodes outwards. And the commotion is loud enough to wake you up, Raldir. And it's loud enough for Piton to hear on the deck.
And as that happens, I'm closing the door.
Piton is gonna quickly head.
Raldir, you see the door close right afterwards as you're pulling yourself awake.
Yeah, just what? And I guess I'm gonna speed walk my way over there. I guess because I just woke up.
Oh, I need to tag something onto your memory, Raldir. You're supposed to be watching the door and making sure that Grafford doesn't get out.
Oh. Also, how far back is my memory messed up?
It's just that part at the end.
Okay, so that's just all I can remember about being in Iron Grove.
Yeah, everything that you remember about being in Iron Grove, all the time you spent with the Unfaltering Flame, except at the end you got put in stockades and you were going to be executed by Grafford at the command of the Unfaltering Flame.
Yeah. And so I see him in this, could I even say it's like an Iron Maiden but without the head?
Sort of.
Would that be kind of close?
Sort of. It's almost more like an iron skeleton, just wrapped and pinned.
Okay. It's like an exoskeleton.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speed walk my way over because, like I said, I just woke up, and I'm just gonna say, what happened? What's going on here?
There's a slot for the mouth that you have to turn to the side, otherwise it prevents the target from also speaking.
I will do so, I guess.
So you slide the tab to the side.
The prisoner has put me in this thing.
That's my fault. I'm sorry. I should have watched him closer.
Do you know how to get it off?
Can I make a history check?
You can make a magical item analysis.
Oh, I will do so.
Because this does seem to be a magical item, and you are an artificer.
Oh, I will do so.
And as you do so, you learn all the things that Grafford knows. Its command word and its release word.
Can you remind me of those again?
Hold and release, respectively.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think I can...
but there is one trick to it.
Okay.
It does require attunement.
Oh.
So only the person who is attuned to it can say the word.
How long would it take me to kinda... And how?
Yeah.
I mean...
You cannot get it off of him. Grafford has to.
I'm gonna kind of scratch my head a little bit, and I'm just gonna say... Well, I know how to get it off, but the problem is I would have to be attuned to it, and I can't do that. So only the prisoner can do that. I say, kind of looking at the floor.
Would Baton be down there by now?
Yeah, Patan, you make your way down and you see the space in front of you. Your savior has been put in a cage by the prisoner.
What's going on?
Well, it seems that Poncilius has been, as my guard was down, I will admit, the prisoner put him in this.
Jeez, traitor. Baton would like to knock at his door.
You hear a knock at the door. Grafford.
So in my mind, I'm thinking that can't be him.
Yes, you would know
They
that
must
can't
have.
be.
They must have seen that he was entangled, and they're coming, so we can all get out of here and go back. Nice.
Epic.
I'm gonna open the door, and I'm just gonna. Thank goodness you both noticed.
Can you come along and get him out of this without any having to fight?
What do you mean?
Are you playing Among Us?
Because the only person who could have done this is you.
He's the one that held me at. Do you not remember that he almost disintegrated you?
You betrayed us. He saved us. That's all I can say.
I'm going to look to Patan. I'm going to look from Grafford to Patan, and I'm going to do that finger motion. Like, what do you do? Just like a swirling finger around your head, kind of saying, he's crazy. Yeah, look, I don't know what you're trying to pull here, but we weren't born yesterday.
Please tell me that this is a joke.
A joke? Why would we be joking about someone's betrayal?
Get me out of this already. You already hurt them enough, Grafford.
I'm gonna start shaking my head no. This is not happening. This is a bad dream.
Grab him!
I will jump at him.
You dive forward and go into the room behind because you can't enter into the room.
Shut the door!
The door shuts.
Also, I'd like to get out of the closet now.
You open the door from the other side, and it's interesting because when a door is open from the other side that is connected to this spell, like you see for just a moment, you can see the room behind it. You know, because the doorway acts as a door. The door frame acts as a portal almost. So you can see the room that is behind where the portal usually is to go into Grafford's space.
Oh, that's weird.
That is weird. Like a door was open to a different place, and then it got opened from the inside, and it was a different place again.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's very
That's
weird.
wacky as hell.
I don't want to. Roldeer is going to. That's going to come to his mind. He's going to shake that off as there are more important matters to attend to. Okay. Well, I don't know what exactly to do now because I can't do anything about this.
I don't think I can either.
Well, I'd like to see if I remember a way that I could possibly disassemble this mechanism without hurting the person inside.
Give me one moment. I really should have had the specifics of this item.
No, it's fine. Yo, Grafford's just like betrayed.
Um, I would say because you're an artificer, I would let you make a check with proficiency to try and deactivate it.
Okay.
It would be a very high check because this is a very powerful item.
Yeah. All right. Well.
So just roll a d20 and add proficiency.
Would that be like the +3 proficiency
Yes.
bonus? Okay, just want to make sure. And just proficiency? Nothing. No other
Add your
mods?
intelligence too. Why not?
Okay. Int mod is
You're looking to beat 19.
Oh, I got 15.
No, you can't. But you also know that they can be destroyed by the inhabitant if they can make a strong enough strength check, which is a 20 DC strength check. That is a natural 17 plus 1, 18. So he does not break out, which is good because it doesn't. One, it doesn't break him out. Two, if the thing that's inside of it breaks out, that magical item is destroyed. So, no, he does not break out, and you would also know that it keeps him from trying again for 24 hours.
Jeez. Well, I cannot break you out of it, I'm sorry to say. And if you can't break out yourself, then I'm a little unsure what to do.
Quick question.
Quick answer.
Can I hear this if I'm like ear against door?
Nope. That's not how it works.
Okay. I didn't think so, but I wanted to ask anyways.
Yeah, the only thing that can be heard from the outside of the dimensional space is knocking on the entryway. So you can't, if somebody's knocking on the door and saying something, you only hear knocking.
Cool.
These fucking doors are OP as shit. I'll find a way to nerf them.
Somehow, some way.
I will find a way to nerf them. Anyway, what do Patan and Raldir do?
Paton could continue her quote unquote watching away.
Could.
Yeah, she's gonna do that.
Well, but I'm just gonna look at her if she's leaving. What about this whole thing? Shouldn't we find something to do? You know.
You said there wasn't a way, so you might have to wait.
That's fair. I don't particularly know what to do myself, so yeah. To Ponsilius, I'm just going to simply say, Well, I hope you're not too uncomfortable because, the look of things, I don't know if you're going to be able to get out of there anytime soon.
You have to convince the prisoner to let me out.
Okay, I'll try. I am going to knock on Grafford's door again.
Grafford's gonna try and ignore the knocking for as long as possible and try and think this out.
I'm just gonna keep on knocking. Even yelling sometimes. Grafford, let me in. I want to apologize.
Can't hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
So
just gonna keep on knocking.
I'm gonna be thinking about this very feverishly, just. So. I betrayed them in some way. She said they were saved by Poncilius. What could have happened in the short time that I was away? Can I think of anything? Does anything come to mind?
Make an Arcana check.
Alright. That is not the Arcana check. I almost clicked Athletics. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural?
Unnatural.
I'll say that you beat the check. You needed to beat an 18.
I should start saying soft 20.
Yeah, that's
Because unnatural sounds like a natural.
yeah, soft. That's in our home games we go soft or hard.
Oof.
Yeah. Or get boned whenever a 20 gets thrown. So soft 20.
Yes, soft 20.
Okay. There are a couple of things that come to mind, but the one that is most prominent and most likely after your long debate, as well as looking through the several books within your personal library inside your office, the only thing that makes the most sense to you about this situation is either they were charmed by a creature or they got their memories modified by the modify memory spell.
Do I have parchment in here?
Yes,
Just
but you
blank
cannot
parchment.
slip parchment under the door.
No, that's not what I was gonna do.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
You got full stationary.
I'm gonna get my very neat inkwell and feather. You think we have that, or do you think we have pens?
No, inkwell and feather. Yeah.
When you say that, you sound like a nerd.
We're all nerds. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons, Angie.
You're right.
I've got a very high intelligence, you know.
Smart as fuck, bud.
Yes. I'm gonna write down what I think is happening.
Oh, okay.
That they either got charmed by Poncilius, or their memories have been shifted to what they believe now.
I'm gonna, before you waste materials, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that you would also know that the only thing that can lift the effects of a modified memory spell are I think, greater restoration or something else. There's one other thing, let me check. It's a cruel spell. Remove curse or greater restoration spell.
Wow. That's gonna be something I don't got. That's really hard to get rid of. Oh, jeez. So I know how to get him out of it. So writing this down wouldn't help any.
Not really. I would say not really.
I really couldn't convince him otherwise, because that is what their memory is. Oh, man.
And you just keep hearing knocking.
I'd assume it'd be more frantic than that.
Yeah, but I don't want to destroy the
Blow up
eardrums.
the mic?
Yeah, I don't want to destroy the eardrums of our listeners.
Actually, I am going to do it a little bit quieter, just because, as I said, I'm saying no. Raldi doesn't know, but Grefford can't hear him. I'm trying to say that I apologize.
Okay. But it's still continuous.
I'm gonna write it down anyways. And here's what I'm gonna do. You remember how I discreetly opened the door? Take 2, buddy.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, I will. 15 again.
Make a perception check, Raldir.
Okay.
Because they threw a
Probably
natural
with
4 for
advantage
Pensilius.
because of,
No,
You don't think Patan would be looking at the door as well?
she went back up to the top of the deck.
I went back up to, yeah. I threw 14.
Nope, you don't notice then.
Yeah.
And a paper goes... kind of like a bird. It's really weird. Did a bird just fly?
How did a bird get in here?
You guys fucking suck.
I'm going to say out loud. Okay, well, he sent out a paper, so maybe this has something that might be of some reason, I suppose.
Read it to me.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pick it up and I'm going to silently read it first, just because, it's like, if it's something I gotta do. Hey, no, I'll read it out loud, because my glorious captain said so.
Yes.
Rip.
My glorious savior.
Don't say that.
What does it say? Word for word that you intended for only Raldir to read.
Oh, no. I just wrote it blatantly, like, you two have been afflicted by either a charm or some sort of memory alteration. I don't think I can do anything to fix it. And more than likely it was Ponsilius.
He's just trying to turn you against us.
I'm
Oh.
so sorry that I can't do anything.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
That's very true. Take me to the top of the deck.
Okay. I'm gonna try picking him up in this big thing.
The metal is what's heavy. He is not. Make an athletics check.
I was gonna say, believe me, that's what I was worried about, is the metal. Alright, athletics, you said?
Yes.
Alright, time to kick you both off the side of the ship.
Pumping some iron. Let's go, baby. That's a solid 9.
Pumping some gnome iron.
Yeah, baby.
Gnomish iron.
That's physical. Flashback to Valentine.
Amelia's weightlifting class.
Anyway. It takes you a while to get him up the stairs, but you do take him up to the top of the deck.
Alright. So I guess I'll just place him down then. Yeah.
At the speed that we are currently traveling, we will arrive at our destination. 2 days.
Well, Patan can hear this, right?
Yes. He's saying it loud enough so that way you do.
Okay.
Where are we going exactly?
We are headed to the westernmost city within the Empire of Quanon.
Hmm.
Can I make a history check if I remember anything about that place?
Sure.
Also, it is what, Quanon, I think?
Yes, Quanon.
Quanon. Alright, hold on.
That's Quanun.
Quanon. Okay, that is a 19.
You would know that Quanun occupies nearly half of the entire continent of Udur and is the most respected and feared by nearly the entirety of the world. It is home to the Royal Conclave of Dragons that each own a portion of territory within the Empire. You would also know that the westernmost side is a coastal city that deals in a majority of the trade that involves fishing or sea-given bounties to the rest of the vastly desert sort of temperate environment of the ecosystem there.
Thank you. My silence was me typing all that down. I'm going to just kind of say quietly, I see. Okay. That's an interesting place, such a large empire. And we're sure that we'll be welcomed there. Yeah?
I have a contact waiting for my return. Once we arrive, we will be fine. We will take the prisoner for trial against his crimes against the both of you, as well as being instrumental in the overthrow of the Kingdom of Iron Grove in southern Amali.
Okay.
I will need the both of you to speak on my behalf against him in order to bring the authorities onto our side.
No, yes, of course. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you both.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's the least I could do.
And with that, everybody can take a long rest, get everything back, get your health, spell slots, all that jiggly juice.
I'll go back and I'm gonna keep sleeping in the hallway.
And the next day rolls around. What does everybody do?
I'm gonna walk around below deck and see if I see Grafford. Just like scan the area.
That's up to Grafford.
Probably not. I'm gonna stay in my room and try and figure something out.
Baton is probably gonna stay by the helm, enjoying the nice day.
I'm going to start knocking again at Grafford's door. I will be relentless in my efforts.
This part isn't in my hands, it is in your hands.
Okay. So I guess you hear the same thing as yesterday. I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing.
And I will continue to ignore it until I figure out a good way to go about this.
After 10 minutes, I'm just gonna start pounding on the door. Like, I mean, like, you know, like, underside of the fist kind of pounding. Nothing?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Well, then I'm just going to give up and I'm going to go above deck. My efforts will be relentless as I give up after 10 minutes.
Honestly, I would have said the same thing.
Hey,
And then
listen,
gave up.
I'm not going to waste my whole day standing at Grafford's door.
Understandable.
So how's the day looking?
Nice day, clear skies.
Ah. Alright. And I'm guessing nothing has changed in the Iron Maiden himself?
Nope. It lasts until its command word is spoken or until the creature breaks out. Which means I'd have to roll a natural 19. So I have a 10%
Great.
chance every 24 hours to break out of this thing.
So I couldn't have an attempt because it wasn't 24 hours yet. Well.
What if it trapped Raldir instead of
Oh my god.
Pansilius?
Raldir would not be having a good time is all I can say.
No worries, Baton would have kept him company.
Well, I guess I'll ask the question that Raldir was kind of thinking. I'm gonna go up to the thing trapping Pansilius, and I'm just gonna say, so how do you feel right now? Does it hurt or anything?
It is rigid, and I cannot scratch my face.
Small laughs heard in the distance.
And he instructs
No.
you on exactly how to scratch his face.
I will do so. And I'll just say, well, it's the least I could do, I suppose, when you're in this state.
Anybody have anything they want to do during this day?
No, I mean, the most I'll do, I guess, is kind of sit at the front of the ship and just kind of scan the horizon.
Alright, make a perception check.
Okay. Scan the horizon. Ah. Perception.
Well, if I'm unconscious, I took 57 psychic damage.
That was it. 5 perception.
5 perception? You don't see anything out of the ordinary.
I guess Raldir forgot his glasses.
Damn.
Oh, okay. Yes, I mean, I'm just gonna. I'll have a chill day, I guess, unless I'm ordered to do elsewise. That's not a word, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Otherwise.
Oh yeah. Otherwise.
Da!
Yes, that is the
Aha.
English word.
That is
Yes.
the word.
I'm gonna remake all my alchemical flasks and such.
Okay.
I have a question. On the ship currently, do we have the materials for me to use Find Familiar?
I don't think so. I don't think
What
there's
does
coal
she
aboard the ship.
need? Yeah, no, I don't think so.
That's unfortunate.
We have
No.
water for days.
No worries, Jeffrey. I'll bring you back someday.
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 Also, note, every once in a while, Raldir's gonna go up to the helm and kind of like inspect the mechanisms at how the ship runs, or how he remembers it to run. Occasionally, tempted to pull a lever.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Donnie's gonna tell him to stop.
Make
Don't do it.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Don't do it.
It's like a cat looking. Oh, natural one.
Oh
It's like a cat looking at like some like
A
at the
laser.
like I was gonna say, yeah, at the red laser pointer on the ground.
You want to know what'll happen if you pull a lever?
Oh boy.
You want to know so badly. There are 4 levers. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. I know exactly what each of them do.
Pick one.
I'm gonna pick the one second to the right.
Don't do it.
So on the right edge or the interior on the right? Because
The
they're
interior right.
okay. I have a little method for remembering.
It's a little song.
Gleaming and folding, folding and gleaming.
That's interesting because that's the y-axis.
Oh no!
So it has
Yeah, you and me are both thinking the same thing.
The ship begins to tilt its nose downwards.
Yup!
At seeing the tilt, I'm going to frantically, I'm gonna pull it back.
And now it's just like stuck at this angle, like moving forward. Almost like you're dragging a PNG.
I'm going to... That's a great way to describe it. I'm going to look up at Patan because I'm not gonna lie, I envisioned myself like bending down to like getting on one knee and quick pulling it. I'm gonna look up to Patan, just kind of like slack jawed, just like.
Pensilius begins to slide down the ship now that it's at the...
I'm going to quick run down and try to stop him from sliding off.
Baton is gonna try and fix.
So you pull the lever back, and then as you're running down the steps, as he's sliding towards the front of the ship, Patan, you pull it back 2 notches, and then it begins to tilt, going upwards. It gets to the point where it rights itself, but then it keeps on going, and then as you're running towards Pensilius starts to slide towards you. This large metal cage, Raldir.
I'm going to try to stop it. Like, okay, so
I pulled it down, correct?
Yeah, but
by 2 notches.
It's.
Can I pull it up by 1 notch?
Okay, you pull it up by 1 notch, and it stops, and now it's like a PNG moving again.
I was gonna say, if it's sliding towards me, I'm going to do, okay, so you know like the trust fall thing where it's like you put 1 foot behind the other, and you like plant your feet, and you have both arms out.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, make a strength saving throw to try and plant yourself as this thing impacts against you.
Yeah, we had a trust fall unit in gym.
I don't think that's something you should be too proud of.
I don't think that's something that exists anywhere else.
Alright,
I'd be
hey,
scared.
listen, we're pretty epic at school.
And that will be forever immortalized on the internet.
We're pretty epic at school. That is a 16.
Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school, kids. It's pretty epic.
You manage to, like, as soon as it impacts, it's very heavy, and it begins to push you backwards, and you begin to skid. And then it stops, and you're still skidding backwards. Patan, you push it forward 2 notches, and you wait until it rights itself, and then you pull it back 1 notch until everything is level again.
Sigh of relief.
Very, very good.
And I had no idea this was going on.
Yep.
I don't
Thank you, Pocket
think we
Dimension.
should touch this anymore.
No, but now I know what it does.
We almost died.
Hey, but we didn't. That's all that matters, is that we didn't die.
They're very scared.
Now, this is a question for you, Ares. Does Pensilius say anything as he's sliding around? Oh.
One direction, the other direction.
Like a little baby.
I didn't know he knew Eldridge.
That's pretty good. I'm going to try to explain it to Poncilius in saying, just a technical malfunction is all, but it was corrected.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna shoot a thumbs up to Patan.
Shoots thumbs up back casually.
Alright. Well, now I know what that one does. I might as well write that down.
Patan is still very scared of what had just happened. In fact, she's just gonna sit in like a little corner, maybe in a corner somewhere, and just think and try to clear her mind from what just happened.
Can I have a bit of like what could have happened knowledge?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, would the guardrails be strong enough to hold Poncilius in, or would he have broken through? I bet he broke the guardrail and fell out.
After Grafford's done making all of the necessary alchemical formulas, I want him to start checking the door to see what time of day it is. I don't know if there was a window or if the window even did anything, because we're in a pocket dimension and it's real wacky like that.
There are no windows in any of the rooms that would allow you to see that or get that information, and there are no windows on the cargo hold where you guys are in either. There are no portholes.
Yeah, but I assume there'd be like the metal grate in the middle of the ship? Sunlight would be bleeding through there.
Yes, but that is on the opposite side of the way that the door opens. So you need to open the door fully to be able to see that, or poke your head out.
Gonna have to come out sooner or later.
I'd probably poke my head out.
Did Raldir ever return to his post to watch the prisoner?
No. Raldir is a sucky guard.
Actually, what time of day is it?
It's mid. It's encroaching upon afternoon.
Okay.
Time for lunch.
But Grafford, make a stealth check, just for the sake of it.
Okay, I did want to make sure that I do not have my scale mail on, because there's no reason to have it on.
You shouldn't have scale mail. What the hell?
I have scale mail. I've had scale mail since the beginning. It's only an AC of 14.
Okay, when you say scale mail, I think of like I was like, are you looking at your Draenora sheet?
No.
It's like there's no way you have an AC of 18.
No, I have the bootleg.
I didn't know you had the strength to wear that. Okay. But anyway, you took it off. So
yes.
Roll stealth.
Let's check this. 12.
Good to know. I guess Piton, Raldir, I'll have everybody make a perception check. Actually, no, that'd go against your passive perception. Deck. Well, yeah, but it would go against their passive perception. So what are your wisdom modifiers?
My wisdom mod is a +2.
Okay, so you have a passive perception of 10, and you have a passive perception of 9.
I have a passive... Oh, wait, because it's on the sheet, it says 12.
Yeah, sorry.
Wait. Maybe that's adding mods. No, sorry.
Let's see.
Wow. It says 12 on
Yeah,
the sheet.
sorry, you start at 10. I was starting at... I was using the wrong formula. What was the stealth check again?
12.
Yeah, you would need to roll an 11 or below to get caught by Raldir. So you're good.
Oh, he's out. Get him.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Just go sprinting downstairs.
Dive bombs like an angry bird.
Tackles him.
Bombs.
Okay, what do you poke your head out successfully without alerting anybody, seemingly?
Yeah, I just want to check what time of day it is. As best as I can.
It's about late morning, early afternoon.
Okay, I want to make sure to do this every once in a while. I don't know how well I could tell time.
Well, what are you planning? Because we need to...
I'm planning something for night, honestly.
Okay. Then we'll get to that. About... As the sun starts to set, Concilius would tell you to return to your post, because he can't turn his head and you walk within his line of vision. He tells you to return to your post. Keep an eye on the prisoner.
I'll do so, and I'll sit across from his room. Just kind of waiting for anything to... You know what? I'm gonna knock on it for a little bit first.
Oh, jeez.
Good measure.
Just for good measure. I guess I'll knock for like 10 minutes.
You're not gonna get anything.
Then I guess after those 10 minutes, I'm just gonna sit across from your door in the hallway. You're just leaned up against the wall.
Does the door open outwards or inwards?
Outwards.
Yeah, you can't hit
That's why it's the opposite side.
I could technically hit you with the door.
You could try, but... Is the hallway... How wide is the hallway?
15 feet?
Okay, so I wouldn't...
You're in a cargo hold. Well, actually, was the ship was not expanded, right?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, so yeah, 15 feet.
Okay, well then yeah, I'll just sit across the hall from his door.
Sorry, 10 feet. 10 feet.
Actually, I'm going to sit next to where the door would open, like leaned up on one side with that against that wall. So like if it opens, I can look in.
Okay. Yeah, I see where you are. Like the space between the two doors.
Exactly.
All right. Grafford, it's entirely... Make an intelligence check. Just a straight intelligence check. To try and count time.
I'm pretty good at that. 27.
Ooh.
It's not supposed to be +8. It's
19.
Oh,
What was
okay,
it?
it's 24.
What was the natural roll?
Just a 19.
So it was a natural 19?
Natural 19, yes.
Okay, so then it is plus your intelligence.
Then it's a 24.
Wow, he's smart.
Me big brain.
So you wait until you believe it is nighttime, which pretty much is.
Okay. So here was my plan. Now, I know Cat's Grace isn't going to help me out much because it doesn't add any dexterity. But I'm going to go ahead and use that. I'm going to enhance ability. And give myself Cat's Grace. I'm still making sure my scale mail is off, and I'm going to have ready the Thunderstone. And I'm going to open the door, just let it not fly open, but slowly open all the way.
So
And I'm gonna let me describe this the best way possible.
yeah.
I'm going to open the door, and it's an outwards door, right?
Yes, it opens to the left.
How far?
All the way. Doesn't get
Okay.
stopped.
Yeah. I'm gonna swing it all the way out, but hide back. Like, what's the space between the door and the side of the wall, the right side of the wall?
Enough for you to kind of hide behind that side.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do.
Any specific reason on why you'd choose the right side? Well, yeah, because you want to choose the right side so that way you can see towards the staircase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense. And Raldir, you're on the right side of the door because that's the opposite side of the door of the way that it opens.
Well, I mean, I just.
Wait, so does it open onto him?
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I sat on that side for a specific reason.
Yeah. So I don't see him, do I?
No.
We're going real sneaky beaky like.
Okay.
So.
Do you want me to re-roll?
Yes, you're gonna need the stealth check because now you do get advantage because of Cat's Grace.
So I can't see him, he can't see me?
You get advantage on dexterity checks, stealth checks, or dexterity checks.
Okay. No, it doesn't say stealth and dexterity. It just says dex.
That's what I'm saying. Dexterity checks involves, like stealth checks, use dexterity.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was how it worked or not.
That is how
so
it works.
I was like,
because asking somebody to make a straight stat
natural
check.
20.
Oh.
Well, so here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to rule this because he is just straight looking in the direction of the door and then the door opens.
Yeah.
So if you were to try and step forward, I don't see how natural 20 would help, but I would let you take an action without him seeing it. So if you want to try and blast him back with the thunderstone,
I blinked.
because it's not like you're gonna be able to sneak past him with that, because it is a confined area. But I'll let you like try and blast him back with a thunderstone, and then use that moment.
Okay.
Because you get where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah. There's no way he wouldn't see
I was
me.
gonna say, yeah, I'm in a really good position here.
Mm-hmm. It was good positioning on his part and good planning on your part. Like so, I have to find the middle ground.
Man.
Curse
you and your big brain. Down to my big brain.
Battle of the big brains, but is Raldir too bad of a guard to do anything?
So, okay.
He doesn't see the thunderstone, so...
okay. I want to see my options here.
You can do whatever it is that means taking an action. I'm giving you an action of being unseen.
I'm gonna see about throwing it above his head so it blasts him downwards.
How do you resolve the thunderstone, if you could remind me?
Also, I was sitting on the floor.
Oh, you were sitting on the floor?
Yeah.
Even better.
Oh no.
Your back's just gonna crush into your chest.
Oh my god.
No, not really. That's a joke.
Blow my spine forward and just kill me instantly.
Oh no.
I just throw it, and each creature within 10 feet from the point of impact must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be knocked prone and pushed away from that point. So I guess I throw it against... Wait, isn't there a stairway going... Is it upwards or downwards from his position?
Going upwards. So, how do I do this? I'm you know what? I'm gonna get in Roll20. I'm gonna do my best to draw this immediate area because I didn't think that this would be necessary, but I can see where this is.
It's like you're throwing a flashbang.
It's a lot stronger than a flashbang.
It's more like a Lucio Boop.
Oh god. I'm gonna get pushed and knocked prone, even though I'm already prone because I'm sitting.
Yeah,
Getting your butt up
if it was
early.
a ranged attack check, then you'd have disadvantage because he was sitting down, but it's not. It's like a
It's just a toss.
The
yeah.
pronest of prone.
I'm
So
gonna get
yeah,
knocked into the floor.
I know what I'm gonna do.
Hold
I'm
on,
gonna see.
I have to draw
Drawing.
this now. Yeah.
I'm gonna pull a ball right into the stairs.
Okay. So this is sort of what it looks like. So there's no confusion anymore. This is the top down, the hallway, right? There's the door. There's the door here, and the door here. Like these, this is not accurate to space. I'm just
Yeah, it's not.
then
Things in
door,
this drawing are bigger
and then
or
door,
smaller
and
than
then
they
the
appear.
the grate was like over here, right? That was peering down, and then the stairwell is right here. The door opens this way,
Mhm,
and Raldir was here.
mhm.
So the stairwell is that way, going
To go up?
upwards. Yes.
Yeah. So, if I threw it here, he theoretically
Well,
would
there's
go
no
that
space.
way.
There's no space there. If you threw it in front of the door, that would work.
But I
But
hadn't seen him.
you haven't seen him, no. Because you're on the right side of the interior on the doorway. You're right there.
Mhm. So, I would have to go out.
I'm letting you take an
Go out.
action. So you can use your action to peek around and then throw it.
Toss it.
Yeah, you
Also-
can see him without getting seen. Because you
At
threw a
the-
natural 20.
At the opening of the door, I would like to get up and prepare to. I would like to prepare to lunge
Okay.
because I mean it's not natural
Well,
for a door to
You
go
only
swinging
get
open.
a reaction because this is kind of like taking turn. So
Yeah.
Well,
It's I'd like to prepare my
the plan
action.
the plan is, well, you can only prepare an action when it's your turn. So
Yeah. Okay.
this is
Okay.
this is the DM ruling. This was gonna happen. The thunder. You're gonna look out. You're gonna see where he is. You're gonna throw the thunderstone at the spot that you wanted to blast him to the right, opposite of the
Yes,
stairwell,
this way.
and you need to make a Constitution saving throw. That's what's happening.
Okay.
And now I can get off of fucking roll 20.
Raldir is such a bad guard that he doesn't do anything when he sees the door swing open.
Well, that's the thing. It happens very quickly because he opened it a little bit to see if anybody was there, and then he opened it all the way.
So it's like breaching a door, kind of. It all happens in one split second.
Yeah, it's happening very quickly.
Yeah. Long discussion for something that'll take literally less than 1 second.
Yeah, make a Constitution
Yeah,
saving
it's
throw,
crazy.
Raldir.
Alright.
See if you
Yeah.
get blasted back. What's the
Alright.
DC on it?
I'm trying to figure that out again.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm just
Apparently-
gonna open the Artificer thing then.
Yeah, I'm doing the
That
same.
is an unnatural 20.
That's probably enough.
Probably.
This is what happens when you use a Unearthed Arcana.
Uh,
Let's see. I believe it was my spellcasting bonus.
I'm already
or
looking it up. Give me a second.
Yeah, there it is. It's 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your int modifier.
So yeah, it's just like a spell. Yeah, so you succeed on it.
Yeah. This DC was 16, just so you know. So, as soon as
Alright.
that happens, and I pray that something happened, I'm running. I'm gunning it for the controls, the helm.
I'd like to try to stop him.
Let me see what happens to you when you save.
Okay.
Nothing. He stays in place.
Yeah,
It's
so
Purely
nothing happens. You
a-
just hold your thing, and I would say because you saved, I'll let you try and make a lunging grapple check.
Alright, I'm gonna try to grapple his legs to bring him down.
We'll just make a grapple check, which is
strength against AC.
it's if you have proficiency in athletics or acrobatics, you can use either of those.
I do not.
Well, then you can choose either strength or dexterity to make a check against AC.
Well, I guess it'll be dex. All right. That is a 5.
Woo!
Even with his reduced AC, you're not able to.
It's 12.
Strike 3. Reldir is not fit to be guard.
Bad guard. And I don't know if you'll let me do this, but can I Expeditious Retreat?
No, that's another action.
Okay. Then I'm gunning it for this helm.
Okay. Piton, you hear the sound of the Thunderstone. Something explodes underneath the deck. And Reldir can call out, there's the grate above.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to yell out, "He's escaped! He's out!"
Patan is gonna get ready to try and stop them via tackle.
Oh my god, stop trying to tackle me!
You're not gonna use a spell or anything?
Yeah, you've got spells for a reason.
I know, but it's like, I don't know what spell would be good for this.
Just bash me into the ground. What does it matter?
He tried to kill you.
Yeah. Like, I'd assume you guys would come out guns blazing.
I mean, you're valuable to my true captain. I'm sorry.
I could just imagine, like, Yosh clutches his chest like,
whoa, I'm doing that right now!
Yeah, you're valuable to Ponsilius.
Okay, is there any, like, sort of object that's 5 pounds that I can just throw down and maybe stop him?
What is this arbitrary?
I'm gonna use catapult if there is.
Oh, you're gonna use catapult.
Oh my lord.
Catapult me, I'm like 2 grams.
That launches an item 90 feet. Can you just imagine how fast that's going to hit him?
I mean, if you really want to look at it, I mean, that is the yeet spell that we were talking about in Balandron.
That is the yeet spell.
I'm very aware of the yeet spell.
Can you use the yeet spell?
Yo, I remember when in Draenora we used the yeet spell. Whew. Remember that?
Why are we
Yeah,
going
that was very long time ago.
Oh yeah, but it was very well used.
It was the turtle shell.
Any of this.
I don't remember that.
Then he got surrounded by weird things.
Yeah.
But that's for you to see.
Gordon's.
Oh yeah, that.
If it does hit, if I am doing it, it does 3d8 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Hey, listen, you're a traitor.
I'll just say that you have something on you that you can catapult forward.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Let's make it a fruit.
A fruit?
It's the pomegranate.
Oh, okay.
The pomegranate.
Throw
The
kind of in the
pomegranate of bludgeoning.
Send it back downstairs.
Well, you're up on. You have to explain how you want to go about doing this. Like, do you want to wait up at the helm because you know where he's coming from is directly beneath the helm, at the doorway that goes to the stairwell? Don't make me draw this again.
Oh my god.
So, I'm basically just gonna perch over the helm and somewhat, and then like wait as soon as I see him, I'm just gonna be like, yeet.
Okay, so you run up and you crest the stairs, and you can see where Pensilius is. He's basically up against one of the masts, still encased in the thing, and as he hears your tiny feet running up, he's gonna try and break out again. Natural 19.
Oh, he did it!
Dun. Battle of the small man.
And the bar, you know what? Because he's a gnome and he's not like insanely strong, I'm gonna say that he just like pushes himself out, not entirely destroying the thing because I don't want to destroy it.
It's too cool.
So he pushes himself out, And he lands on the ground. And he looks in the direction of the tiny feet pattering.
Oh boy.
You still haven't crested the doorway, so that you can't use the yeet spell yet.
Waiting to use Eat Spell 101.
What do you
Also,
do?
I'm going to get up from my failed tackle attempt and chase after him.
Okay. Your belongings are still perched up against the wall, by the way. So you don't have like your thunder cannons.
Oh shoot! I'm gonna do a quick facepalm, roll the ears, and I'm gonna go get my thunder cannon.
Which one?
The upgraded version.
MK2.
The Mach 2.
Mach 2.
The cooler one.
Wait,
Yeah,
no,
the
don't get the
cooler one.
MK2. Get the MK1. Kill me
See-
with a weapon I know.
So you grab the Mach 2, and you can see him standing basically at the entrance at the top of the stairwell. As you're at the bottom of it, you can see where he is. What does Grafford do?
What do I see?
You can see Raldir aiming the Mach 2 at you at the stairwell below. Because you're still standing above the stairwell, like basically on the top step, looking at Pensilius. And you can see him, he's just landed, and he's pulling himself up off the ground, and he's looking in your direction. And you can't see Piton.
Are you giving me an action?
Yeah, sure, why not? What are you gonna do?
Let's go even faster over there. Expeditious retreat!
Okay, so you're gonna expeditious retreat. You see him cast this spell. I'll let you take a shot, Raldir, and you were readying your shot to shoot him. It's not like you cast blur where it would make them harder to hit you. You're just really fast.
And
so-
I'm very dexterous.
So they're gonna. Well, actually, you would have to drop concentration on Cat's Grace.
Ah, they're both concentration, correct?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, Marge. They are.
You are not in a good position right now.
No. So fire off your Yeet spell, and if you want, you can take a shot at him too, Raldir.
I'll take a shot at him.
Yes. Firing off Eat Spell.
Now, I do believe it's roll to hit plus int.
No, it's Dex plus proficiency.
Tactical nuke incoming.
Oh, Dex plus proficiency. Okay. That's plus 4 to hit.
I'm a speedy boy.
Noom. That is 16.
That hits.
And
If
the
it's
Yeet
above a
spell.
12.
Yeet spell. I think that's a ranged attack check.
Yes.
Well, it's a ranged magic attack, so spellcasting mod plus proficiency plus d20. Throw damage for the thunder cannon. Throw damage.
And we also said that it was plus 1
For damage and plus, yeah, it's a +1/+1 now as well.
yeah.
What level are you guys?
7.
Okay, so 3d6 on the thunder cannon.
Charisma, correct?
Yes,
Is that
charisma.
your spell? Yeah, is that your spellcasting mod?
It is. Come on, I know it's been a while since we've been in combat, but come on.
15.
Both hit.
And it's just 3d6 plus 1.
Yes.
Nothing else? Okay. That is 13 damage.
Mhm.
It's a single shot, just fires off. And the
Also,
Yeet
it
spell
was-
dealt 3d8.
This is one of the first times that I've actually gotten to shoot the.
Alright,
two.
gotta roll the first time.
If I had my armor on, neither of those would hit.
Oh. You
Wait,
are-
no, you both of them would still hit.
Oh.
Never mind. Ouch!
Well,
So total damage was about what?
25.
Yep, 25 total. Between us two.
So you run forward. Um, And as you do so, make a wisdom saving throw.
Is it a magical means?
Yes, so you do get advantage.
Oh, it took me off of that nat 20. It's a 12.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Let me check on the specifics because this spell is actually monstrous if I can use it again that many times. I'll say because you're fast enough, you can get up to the helm before the spell takes effect. So what do you do at the helm?
I'm turning us around. Better idea. We're dive bombing! You're all going with me!
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
No!
To the seas!
Oh god.
No, yes, I'm turning us around. In all honesty, that is exactly what I'm doing. Turning this 180.
Okay, so you manage to unlock and push the X forward, and it begins to spin just on its X-axis, and the modify memory spell hits as you're pulling it back, and you lock, and you successfully you turn the whole thing around. You were moving with the wind at your back, so you're moving extremely slowly, going in the opposite direction. And let's see. Yeah, this is base level cast at 5th level. So I have to affect something that happened in the last 24 hours and lasted no more than 10 minutes. This is what you remember. You remember that both of your friends were acting strange. You remember Concilius. So the only things I can affect are after you went downstairs. Those are the only things I can affect. No, even past that. Okay. This is the memory that is implanted in your mind.
Choose your words carefully.
I do have to choose my words carefully.
You know, I kind of thought of a cinematic shot in the middle while all these projectiles were flying in at once. A ballistic pomegranate
Oh.
and bullets from the back, and I kind of imagined like the Matrix scene where he's dodging, but he misses dodging both of them, and it just kind of boom.
Everything flies by. I see trees of green. Red roses too. As you're
Red
getting
pomegranates too.
red
I guess
pomegranates
you can
too.
call the pomegranate tactical nuke.
Tactical nuke.
I see bullets.
This is okay. This is what you remember. You remember that you thought that they were being affected by a modify memory spell. And that still holds true. But when you before you close the door again, what you remember instead is Raldir trying to help you capture Pensilius. Like he was trying to, like, he was getting ready to grab Pensilius the second that you let him out. And then Raldir had told you, wait, does Raldir have the message spell?
He does not.
Okay. Pensilius doesn't know that. He just knows that you can cast magic. So he doesn't know what spells you can cast. So you remember Raldir using the message spell to tell you that the moment that you want to capture Pensilius, all you have to do is say the word blueberries, and he'll be on your side. That's what you remember.
Huh,
And that you had to keep on acting like you were a prisoner.
I can see it now. Hey, Pensilius, look! Casts rope trick.
There you go. That's what's in your brain now.
Okay.
And that's why you kept acting like a prisoner, and you stayed in your room until this happened.
So I was told to act that way until now, or
Until
just
you were ready for him to help you capture
then
Pensilius.
I'm just gonna yell out right now, Raldir, blueberries.
I'm going to say, I don't want any. And I'm gonna try to restrain him, per se. I guess just like grab his arms.
I'm real fast.
Well, I'm gonna try.
Well, you're also charmed and immobilized for a minute. That's like the minute of that happening is the memory being implanted, because he's putting all this in your head.
Oh no.
So then after the minute happens, the both of you head up to the deck. And you just look and you see Raldir, and you're like, Raldir, blueberries! And he says, I don't want any. And then what do you guys do?
We're professionals.
I mean, to Raldir, he's just randomly saying blueberries.
Yep.
I mean,
and technically you don't need me anymore because he broke out.
I'm just gonna
Murk me.
gonna restrain you, I guess. I'm just gonna grab you by the arms and like I'm gonna hold his arms behind his back and like maybe try bringing him to the ground.
Grapple check.
All right, boys. Raldir's redemption.
Take two.
Raldir's redemption.
A little bit of R&R. Raldir's redemption.
Oh yeah, natural. Wait, yeah, 5.
You rolled dex.
Well,
yeah, because you can make a dex or strength check.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And my dex is better than my strength, so 5. Oh,
dive and a miss.
I was standing still, wasn't I?
Yeah, but I assume you're also resisting him trying to grab you still.
I mean, I'm charmed and immobilized, so I.
Well, the minute ends. Like this.
Oh, okay.
Like, because he has, like, that's the moment where he's putting it all in your head, and the second that you finish remembering that is when you snap out of it.
Wouldn't that be embarrassing? I mean,
how close is he to the steel cage again?
He's dropped in front of it, but you would have to throw it at him. It's not like you can. It would jump back at him.
I can't just say hold.
No. Like, it's not like it's sentient and it opens up while it's being thrown.
Got it.
So it's like a net almost in that regard. And when you tell a magic net to latch, it's not like it's gonna leap up and grab the nearest creature. It's not sentient. It doesn't know.
Is Patan gonna do anything, or can Grafford still do something? Do something?
I was gonna say, can Patan and Misty step or?
Well, you're up there too. Like you were standing next to Raldir. You're already there.
Well, Can I still get there faster?
You're right
Faster.
there already.
Oh, I am?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna try and
Yes.
grab.
Okay, make
Oh
another
my
grapple
God.
check. It's like trying to grab the greased man.
It's a hog. They're hog catching.
I was gonna say, yeah, Grafford's just a greased up hog right now.
Yeah, can't touch me.
Yeah.
Nah.
Wait,
touch
do I
this.
just roll not a d20?
D20.
D20 plus strength or dexterity, whichever one you prefer.
Jeez.
Soft 21.
You only need to say soft. You say 21 because, like, unless you say
Oh.
20, I won't be confused. Any number above 20 is you're adding, so.
Oh, okay.
So 21. She grabs the greased hog.
She's the hog tying champion.
The golden snitch, it's yours.
And then I'm gonna ballista bomb. No.
Oh my god, just break his back on the ground.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Oh god.
She's gonna suplex me.
Yeah.
I was thinking of it like that one meme.
So what are you gonna do?
Well, after you grab him, Pensilius has started walking up the steps. And he points at Reldir. Turn the ship back around!
Okay. And remembering back to my escapade.
Well, you know it's one of 3 levers because you know what one of them does, to an extent, sort of.
I'm going to do the rightmost lever, and I'm going to just say to him, if something goes wrong, it's not my fault. I've never piloted this thing before successfully.
Okay, so
while I'm pulling the lever. The rightmost one.
Okay.
Oh boy. Wrong choice.
It was the wrong choice.
I was gonna say, I have a sinking
Lever
feeling that's
cross.
not what I was supposed to do.
Wrong lever, Kronk.
Wrong lever.
We're going down fast.
No.
Oh,
The rightmost
Oh,
lever?
Yes, the rightmost lever.
Okay. So what happens is that it just acts like a normal ship right now. It's not going on a straight line, so it's at the mercy of the wind.
Oh.
You pulled the altitude lock.
Oh no.
That's why I said we're going down. I have these memorized, actually.
Because the way that it goes is set everything, then X, then Y, then altitude.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, so now we're just like floating in the wind now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. So like we're using sail power basically.
Sort of. I mean, it's more so that like it's no longer magically locked to its settings, so
I mean, does Reldir
it can
notice?
spin, it can tilt.
Oh no. Do I notice anything?
Not immediately,
Oh.
but the ship definitely isn't turning.
I'm gonna look to
I mean, there's still a
Pensilius.
wheel to turn.
I mean, I guess I'll try that slowly.
The sails begin to turn. And you just begin to move all wonky. Nothing that you're doing is doing what you want it to do.
Oh.
Make a pilot check with disadvantage.
Nope.
Make us fall into the ocean.
I guess crash into the ocean and just all die.
The giant eel from Mario 64 will eat us.
I mean, there are leviathans in the ocean of Orizon.
Close enough, right?
So what, do I not turn successfully?
No. It's like nothing is working.
Moving
You're
all
trying
over.
everything
Just,
except the
we're
levers.
just floating around. You know what? I'm gonna go for another spin
Okay.
on the prize wheel. All right, so I know I haven't tried the 2 left ones.
Yes.
I'm going to try the leftmost one.
You crank it, and nothing happens.
Alright, while this is going on, can I try and break out?
Yeah,
break
sure.
out.
You make a athletics or acrobatics check. Both of you make one contesting.
I like the hug, but a natural 20 is a natural 20.
That's on.
14.
You break out.
Break out. Thanks for the hug.
Small squeal.
Can I run for the ball?
Let's see. You break out, and Pensilius is gonna cast a spell on you.
Disintegrate.
No!
I'm just making sure what the check is on hold person.
Am I gonna have to break out again?
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, and that's with advantage. 19.
You succeed.
Hey.
Break out! Dun,
Break
dun,
out.
dun.
So you run past him. Oh man.
I don't know if
I'm gonna say that you don't have your expeditious retreat because you
I
got
didn't
hit
think so.
twice. And we didn't do concentration checks, and they were pretty big numbers. So,
you want me to concentration checks?
do we remember what was the damage for both of them?
It's 25 together, and the damage was a 13 and a 12.
Oh, okay. So you just need to beat 10 twice.
Oh. Is it just an int?
No, it's a Constitution save.
Oh. Oh.
But if you're proficient with Constitution saving throws, don't. It's just D20 plus Constitution.
Okay, so then that's a natural 17. So we'll say that goes right,
And one more.
and an 18.
Okay, so you save against both.
Yeah, so I'm still speedy.
Go fast as fuck.
Boy!
Fast. Gotta step on the.
Yeah, I'm dashing for this spherical lad.
Okay.
Now, do I know if there's any restrictions to
On
using it again?
you would know that once it's used, it would not be functional until the next dawn. But this is an interesting ruling on my part because when it was activated was longer than that. But if we consider it being in continuous use until it's broken out of, because I'm also bending the rules by saying that it doesn't just break.
Yeah.
So
you gave me an out.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that no, it is not usable.
Okay, then I'm gonna yoink it and dash back under.
Okay. So you yoink it, and that's the end of your movement. Yeah. Fourth level magic missile. How many bolts is that?
Oh, I come from land down under.
Because first is 3, then 4.
I think I got
6.
hit with 6, yeah.
That's 6.
I
So
remember
that's
it like it was yesterday.
4 damage, plus 3, 7, plus 4, 11, plus 4, 15, that was 4 throws, plus 5, what's that?
Huh?
What's
You
that?
said 15, so it's at 20 right now.
20, and one more, plus 4. 24 points of damage. You need to beat a 12 concentration check.
Okay.
As you are bombarded with magic missiles.
Concentration check.
Yes.
Oh, that's a nat 1.
Yep, you drop concentration on Expeditious Retreat, and Pensilius says, "Stop him before he gets back to his room!"
Okay, I'm gonna try to run down and stop and tackle him again.
Stop!
Oh my god. Paton is gonna Misty step in front of the entrance to the underneath, and yeah.
Okay, so
He's gonna do
you're standing guard. Raldir runs down. What do you do, Grafford?
So you're blocking the door, right?
Yes, she is.
No.
How wide are the stands?
No.
Yes.
enough,
how wide is the
enough that
stance?
you wouldn't be able to get through. She's spent time with you to know how to block you from entering
Dang
a
it.
doorway.
I so wanted to slide.
Joe tried to push her down.
And he is safe at third base.
Okay, how big is this entrance?
It's a normal doorway entrance.
Could I slip past?
No, it's
Are you sure?
well, technically, yes, because you're a small creature, you can occupy the space of somebody else if you're passing through. But because she's standing there, I would say that she would be able to try and grab you. And you're also going to be running past Raldir, who would then get an attack of opportunity, try and grab you.
I'm going for it.
All right, going for the Hail Mary. Raldir, make your grab check.
All right, I'm gonna like football tackle him. Like I'm going to get him to the ground.
I thought you've been doing that this whole time.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I have been. I've been going for the legs. All right, boys.
He's going for the sweep.
All right. And that's a natural 20.
Raldir's redemption.
Play from Raldir.
Dun 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 dun.
And he crashes into Patan.
Raldir's gonna feel so satisfied with himself.
And he reaches forward and just yoinks you up. You done been yoinked.
I have.
Yeah. I am just going to try to like keep him pinned to the ground.
You pinned.
I am pinned.
Yeah.
And then you hear ka-chunk, ka-chunk. And you begin to see the sails moving. And then the boat gets turned around. And
I
it
didn't know how to fly this thing.
And it starts going back on its normal path. And he just takes a few steps down. Now then, we will arrive at our destination tomorrow. The both of you will keep him restrained. As we can see, he is not to be trusted in any manner.
Yes.
We tried to be civil and give you the space of your own confinements, and you have ruined that for yourself.
You're trying to be civil?
I saved
That's
these
a
two.
tune to me.
I saved these
This
two
is
from
my
you.
ship.
And I can't believe that you would betray your own two. You do not have their trust. You broke that. And the lengths that you have gone to try and deviate us from our route just proves this even more strongly about how much we just cannot trust you. What does everybody do?
I mean, I'm just gonna nod along and I'm just gonna keep him on the ground.
We should bring him down and tie him up so he doesn't get out again.
Yes, I don't particularly want to hold him like this for a couple of days.
It's only until tomorrow.
We could...
The both of you have to figure this out, because he cannot be afforded to move or any chance to escape until we arrive at our destination and he is dealt the justice he deserves.
I might have an idea.
Okay.
Are there any empty barrels nearby?
Oh my god.
No.
How did I know this was happening?
Oh.
You know
There
what?
are barrels nearby, but none of them are empty.
Can I empty them?
If I might make a suggestion, I say looking up. If you go to my stuff where I left it when I was sleeping in the hall, you will find around 50 feet of rope. Now,
I have a better idea.
okay.
You, Baton, rummage through his belongings and get the thing he used on me.
Ooh, the prison ball.
But won't he be able to get out of it on his own?
Not if somebody else attunes to it.
Oh, okay. Then Phaton is gonna go over and grab it.
And I can't sleight of hand it or anything.
I mean, you can try, but it'd be a disadvantage.
Yeah,
It's going to be investigation versus your sleight of hand.
I'll try anyways.
Sleight of hand with disadvantage and investigation normal.
A 4.
Investigation check. Whoa.
15.
You find it. And you grab it. And then Pensilia says,
You know what to do with magical items, yes?
Yes.
Then take an hour. Raldir, continue to hold him.
Okay.
And when that is done, we will put him in that. And then we'll have nothing to worry about. He isn't as strong and physically burly as your savior.
and he begins to like rub his chest and biceps.
Phaton is going to start to clap.
I'm going.
You're gonna clap too.
How physically fit is he actually?
I mean, he's
'Cause-
not scrawny. He has a +1 strength.
Raldir is grateful, but not a bootlicker.
He wasn't looking for applause. He was just speaking.
He is stronger than Raldir, but
That's really funny to think
but
about.
he was
Actually,
also kind of flaunting it a little, like,
yes, he was very, very obviously.
Raldir's just gonna roll his eyes and say, "True," because Raldir's skinnier than him, or
Then-
scrawnier, I guess.
I guess I'll let Grafford decide what he wants to do. He can try and break out of the grapple, or maybe talk. What's the plan of action?
Hey, Raldir.
Yes.
You truly believe this? That he is your savior, correct?
Look, I trust my memory, and what I remember is you betraying us, and
Throw me
I'm
off
not
the
just
ship.
gonna. You're valuable to Ponsilius.
I'm better off dead to him.
Well,
He doesn't care what ends up with me.
I'm going to hit him in the back of the head so his head hits the floor. Actually, he would tell me if he wanted you off the side, so I'm going to wait on that. And I'm going to pick his head back up. Just so I could say what I wanted.
Okay.
Phaton is probably just looking off to the side right now.
No, you're focusing on attuning to that ball.
Oh, yeah, right.
That takes an hour.
Oof.
Anything else?
1 second. I just need to check something. I know what I'm gonna do. I can cast Enlarge Reduce on Raldir.
Well,
Can't
does it
I?
have a somatic?
Yeah, it's all three.
Yeah, you're restrained, so you can't move your arms.
Hmm.
But you are very small. I would have you can try and break out and then do it as part of you breaking out of the grapple.
I was thinking about that.
I think that's
I'll
the all
try it.
right. So contesting checks.
Okay.
You could choose athletics or acrobatics, the both of you, and it's
13.
All right. Athletics or acrobatics, huh? All
yeah.
right. That is a 18.
I'm not getting out.
Nope. And you don't burn the spell slot because you didn't break out. So he just wriggles around trying to break himself free.
Nah, I'm gonna hold his arms back and I'm gonna plant my knee right on the square of his back, right in the center. You're not
Could I
gonna get out
grab
that
anything from
easy.
my bag?
With the sleight of hand, I guess.
I'll try. Natural 20.
Oh, even when he's restrained?
Yeah, that's you can do stuff while restrained. It's just that it's usually not really difficult. Like it's supposed to be really difficult, but it's a natural 20.
I was like grabbing his arms and all
What's
that. And he
what's
still
what's the
grabs
what's
it.
the motto of D&D universe?
Anything's possible with the natural 20.
Like breaking physics or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't told of
Or
this.
punching a chest out of existence.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab an alchemical fire and I'm gonna tell Raldir, please let go. I don't want to hurt you.
Look, I think I'm in the better shape here to say I don't want to hurt you. And if you hurt me, as you can see, you're underneath of me, you're probably going to get hurt in effect too.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna break the alchemical fire.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the. I believe it's the AoE. 5
Yeah,
foot radius.
it is a 5-foot radius.
Dexterity saving throw for both of us.
Well, you're restrained, so you automatically
restrained.
fail. And unless Reldir wants to move when he sees the burst of flame,
I'm just gonna sit and take it.
that's 3d6 fire damage then from
All
both
right.
of you.
I'm already knocked out. But I'll roll it anyways. That's a 7.
On 3d6?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Ow.
3, 2, 2.
Yeah, I thought it'd be more.
Are you still knocked
Alright.
out?
Yeah, I'm still knocked out.
How much
I
health
only
did
had
you have
one.
left? You had 1 health exactly?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Wow.
The 24 and a 25. I have 50.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. All right. Well.
Because baby, you're a firework.
And the fire explodes. Pensilius uses prestidigitation to snuff out the fire because it was only a 5-foot radius before it spreads. Just.
Well, I don't think it burns anything.
I was reading through and checking that, but it also kind of didn't say that it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't? Yeah.
So that's probably why it's an Unearthed Arcana because they didn't work that part out yet, or not. And you're unconscious, so for the sake of brevity, the fire gets snuffed out. The hour passes while you're unconscious. Baton, do you use the iron bindings to and capture Grafford.
Yes.
Also, note, I'm gonna get the heck out of there if she uses it.
Yeah. So you get put in the bindings while you're unconscious. You fail to save because you're unconscious, and you're stuck in it. The day passes. Everybody finds their rest. For the sake of convenience.
Should one of us take guard just in case?
Well, for the sake of convenience, everybody will take 8 hours. Since the boat is locked in the same position that Pensilius made a 23 history check to remember.
Wow.
The specific locations at which the levers were. Which is the only reason why he remembered how to put it back on the track. And everybody take a long rest. Grafford, you come awake in the bindings. Pensilius is out. Fun fact, none of you ever see Pensilius sleep.
When I wake up and I see he's still awake, can I question him, actually?
Sure.
I'm going to simply just ask him, what do you do when we sleep?
I sleep when you sleep.
But do you just wake up before everyone else?
Well, you sleep below deck, and I'm an early riser just by nature, so.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean,
kind of just works out that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make an insight check.
Why not, I guess? Just to see if he's, like, that bad at lying.
While this conversation is happening, can I go up on deck?
Yeah.
That's a 10.
He's hard to read.
Well, you're the captain, whatever you say. And I guess I'm gonna go about my business. I'm just gonna... No, yeah, I'm gonna...
And as you go about your business, you look over the railing, and just barely in the distance, you can see what looks like land.
Oh.
And you see many traditional boats on the ocean, kind of about this far out, fishing boats. And you can actually see just slightly to the west, maybe about half a day's travel from your current position, a floating island. And you begin to make your way towards land. And Pensilius points this out. We're almost to our destination of Quanon. That there is the city of Narat, named after the Blue Sapphire himself. When we arrive, you will do as I say, so that way everything moves very smoothly. Do not speak out against anyone. Raldir, I know of your influence. It will hold no ground here. The only respect that is given is to the dragons and their immediate subordinates.
I definitely thought that when I heard we were going to. But, Also, you said the city was Narat?
Yes, Narat. Which is the western coast city overseen by Narat the Blue Dragon.
Sorry to make your life a little bit harder, but do I know anything about who it's named after?
Yeah, you know that all of the cities are named after the dragons that rule that portion of the empire.
Okay.
I'm guessing Patan hasn't seen a dragon in her life.
Nope.
Are dragons scary?
They are enormous and very terrifying, and they command a lot of respect. So we will not deal with them. After we land, I would like each of you to stay on the ship. And I will return.
How long will you take?
That depends on how quickly I can get my people and find them and explain the situation.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then. Well, I guess do what you must, and don't get, don't get into any trouble, I suppose. I don't want to be the one rescuing you this time.
Hopefully it does not come to that. And you begin to sail over the city. And as you do so, you actually see a small airship. It can only carry about maybe 3 or 4 people. Kind of like a rowboat, but like an airship. Really small. Heads in your direction and kind of begins to hail. And Pensilius hails back. And you watch as 3 blue dragonborn step on your ship.
I'm going to come to attention and I'm going to salute.
Paton is gonna hide behind Raldir.
And oh wow, this is a lore moment. This is like a bonus for anybody who's been keeping up to date with the episodes so far. You understand portions of this conversation, Grafford and Raldir, since both of you semi-speak Draconic.
Yeah. Well, we have the book.
Well, Grafford has the book.
Well, yeah.
Grafford understands a little bit more.
It was my book, though.
Yeah, so you guys kind of partially understand what they're saying.
Cool.
And the conversation goes back and forth. Pensili speaking in Draconic with these Dragonborn, and the words that you catch are landing, visiting, trade. That's it.
Still epic.
Paton is still very scared of the Dragonborn.
You have no idea what they're saying, and it's weird.
I know, which makes Paton slightly.
But you
more
know a word in Draconic.
Oh my god, you're right. Rocky. No, I'm not gonna say that, but that's the one word I know.
One of these days, Grafford's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, also I took your book."
Oh god.
As you're watching this go down, Grafford, you're faced away from this. You just hear voices speaking in Draconic. As you're hearing this go down, Paton, you see one of the 3 Dragonborn is kind of eyeing Pensilius suspiciously. That's a natural fucking 20.
Ooh.
And then you hear, that's a female Dragonborn. I'm not sure if I pointed that out before, the one who was looking at him suspiciously.
Okay.
You hear her say these words. These are the words you understand from the way that she's speaking. This is a loose translation, so the words aren't gonna like feel like a sentence. So it's like origination, truth, punishment, Nerit, which is the name of the blue dragon. And then Pensilius responds in a sentence, and then the words that you catch in there, trade, transportation, platinum. That's what you get. And remember, those are sprinkled in a sentence. They're not like, you're not like translating a sentence. You're just picking up on words.
Wait, but Paton doesn't know any of this stuff.
You don't. No, this is for Grafford and Raldir.
Epic.
Okay.
And the one who was helming the ship at the front basically sets it over the grate because there's enough space for this small ship on the deck. And then you watch a blue dragonborn walk in front of you, Grafford, and then heads up to the helm and then begins to pilot it in the direction of the landing zone. And as you sail down towards the city, you see large sandstone structures. But the thing that is most prominent is a huge sandstone statue of a striking, just blue dragon. It's like this almost glassy substance of sandstone that as you come near it, almost has this sort of sheen to it, and the air feels like it's alive. Like you can feel like this electricity near it. Like your hair stands to sort of stand up on end as you come close to it. And as you come and touch down onto this landing zone, you see about 5 or 6 other airships that are much larger. That have constantly people loading and unloading, and this is a very hot spot for people moving in and out. And you see all sorts of the humanoid races just split up and around. Welcome to the city of Nerit. And as the 2 other Dragonborn get off, the one that was piloting it was a female, by the way. Needed to point that out. Because the other 2 were male. And the 2 males leave with Pensilius, and then she comes and steps down. All right, listen here.
Huh?
Which one of you holds the enchantment on this cage?
Baton is gonna raise her
Can you
hand
repeat?
very slowly.
She touches your shoulder and casts Greater Restoration on you. All of the memories that he put in your head, you know, are bullshit. Let him go.
Baton is instantly gonna do it. Raldia, we've been tricked.
She reaches and touches your shoulder. Remove curse. Fixed all the shit.
Oh.
And then you say the command word, release. Grafford, you drop to the ground because it's meant for all sizes of creature, but mostly for like medium-sized. Just so. And as she reaches down, my name is Nayla. And she touches the top of your head and casts Greater Restoration again. And fixes you. And I believe this is your airship, correct, Captain Grafford?
I'll silently nod.
I immediately recognize your face. You are from the Beholded Reserve, correct?
Correct.
And then she says, all right, and you watch as she casts the sending spell. And then she speaks aloud. Take him to prison for crimes against, well, humanity? And the theft of a vessel belonging to the Beholded Reserve.
Wow.
And it sends that message over to her compatriots. Clerics are fucking bomb as shit, guys.
Yeah.
Baton is gonna slightly raise her hand.
As Anna wriggles in her grave.
As Sharkana, which gained the powers of Anna.
Oh no! Baton, no, Rose. Anna turned into a shark in her next life.
Oh no.
Everything is taken care of. But please, while you are here, enjoy the city. You see, that gnome there was planning on selling the airship. And leaving you to whatever devices. Everything is taken care of. If you need any assistance, I am Nayla Stormscale. And find me. And she begins to leave.
I can't believe it. I'm so sorry, Crappert.
I'll shake my head. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. I'm just glad to have you both back.
I'm gonna give Grafford a big hug.
Group hug, everybody.
Yeah, bring it in.
So, welcome to the city of Neret, on the coast in the Empire of Quanun, in the land of dragons. And we watch as, just in the distance, you finally arrived at the end of day and sunset begins to set in. It's cresting over the sands. For everybody here at Orizon, the Orizon cast of D&D Universe, we'd like to thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one for Season 2, Episode 1 of Orizon, the Land of Dragons.
See ya.